So
I'm
it's
going to let you
thinking
know
about
what's
it.
going on. Here we
Okay,
go.
now it is live.
It's live. Okay, now I'm going to see what's going on Instagram.
Okay, hang on. I haven't hit the
I'm
button
looking.
yet.
I keep refreshing to see if it does anything. Hi, everybody. I'm going to see if we're going live on Instagram.
Is it working?
No.
It's not?
Oh, wait. Watch live now. Yes. 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 It's live. Yes. It's saying that we're live.
Instagram?
But it's saying that we're live on YouTube. Wait.
We are.
And it's saying that Chicks on the Right is live. Okay, wait, hold on. I'm going to see.
It's working because I can see people joining it.
Yep. It's totally
so
live.
This is very, very exciting.
Very exciting.
Welcome to Instagrammers. And this is the
fantastic.
new thing that we're trying to do. We're trying to say hello on Instagram to everybody.
Hell to the yeah, we're live on Instagram. Okay, just keep in mind that it's only going to last for like an hour on Instagram because I don't know why, but they've got all these weird rules where you can only see us for like an hour there. But we're delighted to have you, Instagrammers. We love you, Instagrammers. Yay! Fan freaking tastic. Okay, first off, we got some like housekeeping here, you guys. You in danger, girl. You in danger. Visit 4patriots.com/chicks to check out this week's discounts and deals. You can get free shipping on orders over $97. So do that at 4patriots.com/chicks. And then also, if you haven't, you should check out our Facebook Insiders group and our locals groups because they're awesome peeps. Those are your people. You need to get to know them. You need to hang out with them. These are fantastic people. They're a group of folks that kind of, they're like they're our insiders on Facebook. And then our locals people, they're the ones that are our tight-knit supporters. And I'm telling you, if you guys haven't joined those groups, you really should think about doing so because they are a fantastic group of people that hang out with each other. They get to know each other. They travel together. They have like book clubs and stuff. Fantastic.
They barely even need us anymore, right?
I know, right?
Like we're just
so secondary.
Small potatoes.
Right.
Anyway, yes, that is the truth. Those are your peeps, and you should be totally checking them out. So many people are here. I see 280 people from Instagram.
I love it.
So that is super, super exciting.
Welcome.
Louisiana, South Carolina in the house, Arizona, Oklahoma, all over the place. People are saying that they are here. Now, I see somebody said, I left YouTube to join Instagram. Just again, it's going to end at the 60-minute mark. So when it does, just come on right back to another location to watch, whether it's YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. We're on all the places, locals, Rumble, we're everywhere. Okay, so let's talk about some things before we get into videos that I just thought were of interest, interesting headlines, if you will. And that is, first of all, Ashley Biden, who you may know from such things as having a diary that nobody wants to talk about.
Right.
She apparently owes a bunch of money in taxes that she hasn't paid. Isn't that interesting?
What is it with this family and not paying their taxes? And then screaming at everybody else to pay their fair share.
It's so weird.
It's very weird.
There's apparently a lien on her property, even because she owes like $5,000 that she won't pay. I know.
That's it. Borrow it from Hunter.
Like, right?
He has
don't
it.
tell me you don't have it. Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
They have $5,000. Pay the freaking tax. Just pay it. It's $5,000.
Just pay it.
Your family has it. Yeah.
Also, Apple, if you are a person who has an Apple Watch, consider yourself lucky because if that's something that you were hoping to get for Christmas or you wanting to give for Christmas, you can't do that now because there's a big copyright infringement issue with Apple. So, or a trademark issue. And so as they're fighting like an infringement lawsuit, and I don't know who they infringed the technology from, but there's basically a stay now that Apple cannot sell smartwatches at the moment. Like right in time for Christmas, the judge was like, you can't do that.
That's so bizarre.
Yeah, you can't do it. Did I forget locals, you guys? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, somebody said that we're not on locals.
Oh my gosh. You know what? I was so worried about getting Instagram to work
that we didn't get locals up.
Yeah,
locals. I saw somebody said that we're not on locals.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry, you guys. Well, they'll find us.
Yeah.
They will find us in another place, and I will be better tomorrow. I was just very, very nervous about making sure that
my mom is going to totally write me, be like, "Where are you?" Because that's what Mama Alice watches us on local. She's going to be so upset. Sorry, Mom.
Oh no,
it's okay. She'll find us
yet.
Oh no, she doesn't get up for like 3 more hours, but she'll be like asking, "Where are you guys?" She'll
I'll
find us.
post it. I'll post it there for sure.
Right.
But
She'll
like,
find
it's
us.
I forgot to
It's
do
fine.
the live. I
Mhm.
totally forgot.
It's all right.
God, I suck. I so
No,
suck,
we
you
don't.
guys.
We're
I'm
on
so sorry.
Instagram. Woo!
Look at us go. We're on
Woo!
Instagram, but we're forgetting our massive supporters there, and I
It's
feel
okay.
like
It's
a
just a
total heel.
day. It's all right.
One day. Okay. All right. It's one
We're
day.
forgiven, right? We're forgiven.
Your governor has just signed some legislation. Governor Abbott has just signed a law allowing police to arrest illegals and have then the judges deport them.
Good.
And I think that's great.
Yeah.
Except that the White House plans to fight it.
Oh my God.
What?
This
Why?
should
Why
tell
would you
everybody
fight that?
This should tell everybody everything you need to know about this administration and where their priorities lie and what they're all about, honestly. Because thus the name illegals. They're doing something illegal and they should be arrested and then sent back from whence they came.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, are you seeing the footage from the border? It is out of control. So the fact that Governor Abbott feels like, you know what, I'm going to do this because he's fed up with this.
It took forever. He should have done that. He should have done that years ago. Honestly, balls.
Yeah, but it's going to be fought, and it's going to be a big. But I hope that Biden is like, I'm going to fight against that because that will send a message to a lot of voters that they're going to be like, why would you fight that? Do you see what's happening? Have you listened to Mayor Adams? Have you listened to other? Have you looked at Katie Hobbs? Katie Hobbs is sending the National Guard to the Arizona border. Katie freaking Hobbs.
It's crazy.
So when Democrats are saying you've dropped all the balls, maybe it will matter. Maybe he'll be like, okay, I'm going to maybe reinstitute some of these Trump policies that were working.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Completely nuts.
Devonna Wells, thank you. Yes, there is something up with locals. It's me. Hi. I'm the problem. It's me. I completely spaced. I totally forgot to set up locals because I was busy setting up Instagram.
Very excited about Instagram this morning, you guys.
So
Our first time on Instagram. It's been forever. We've been trying to set that up and we got it successfully implemented today. And by doing that, we failed on local. Sorry. It won't happen tomorrow. We'll do better tomorrow.
I will do so much better tomorrow. I promise.
Right.
And thank you to Hot Luke. Luke says, good morning, God-given Ms. Miriam, Ms. Amy Jo, and COTR family. Welcome, Instagram. Thank you for the news given in a chick-tastic way on this chick-tastic day. Happy Merry Christmas time, everyone. That is such a happy and joyful message. I just love that.
Thank you, Hot Luke.
I love that so much. Also, what I love is the skincare that we get from genucel.com/chicks. And you guys, 1 week left on the current promo that they have right now, which is where you're getting the most popular package at better than 70% off. This is at genucel.com/chicks. And this is just in time for the holidays, but the holidays, I don't know if you realize this, are happening this weekend.
I can't even believe it. I know, right?
So this week is the time that you need to get your gift giving in order. And if it's going to be skincare, there's no better choice than genucel.com/chicks. So from now until Christmas, again, the most popular package, better than 70% off. Treat yourself, treat a loved one to the best skincare on the planet. Don't forget, it includes the immediate effects. This is what gives you those under eye results in 12 hours or less guaranteed, or you get your money back. And they throw in some free hyaluronic acid serum for skin hydration with every order. Plus, when you use code CHICKS at checkout, you are going to get an additional 10% off your order and get upgraded to free express shipping. I don't know what more you could ask for.
Right. So much there.
I just don't know.
Merry Christmas.
Yeah, Merry Christmas indeed. Also, happy birthday to Keith Richards, who amazingly, miraculously, shockingly, and surprisingly is 80.
I need to party more. This is what I've decided. I really do. I think I'd be in much better shape if I just got out there and just did some more bad stuff to my body. You know,
he has not treated his body well.
I know. I play it way too safe, Monk. I should probably do some things. You know,
I mean, and you know what he's also celebrating is his 40th wedding anniversary. Wow. So not only is he 80, but he's also been with the same wife for 40 years.
Good for
congrats
him.
Congrats to Keith
Everything is
Richards, man.
pickled, and that's awesome. Good for him.
Good for him indeed.
Happy 80th birthday. I mean, his life has only just begun. He's probably going to live to be 120, 130 years old. So
yeah, he's going to be one of those people that they're interviewing on their 120th birthday. Like, how'd you do it? And he'll be like, drugs, alcohol,
he'll be like, lots of drugs,
lots of sex,
lots of drugs. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so now it is time. Oh, there is another beautiful sunrise happening all up in the back
there
window.
It is, right there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay, it is time to get some videos, and you guys, the funniest thing. Okay, you know how like with the new iOS upgrade, like if I do certain things, like you can see like that, like you can see the thumbs up, or if you do double thumbs up, then you get like fireworks, right?
That was awesome.
So this is an Apple thing, and Kimberly Guilfoyle had Alina Habba on her show yesterday. I think yesterday. And there's so many interesting things about this clip because Alina Habba does the double thumbs up, and I think she surprises herself
a lot of interesting things other than all the fake hair that was in that clip.
Well, that's one of the interesting things because Alina Habba was without her fake hair. So this is like her actual hair.
I like her actual hair better. I like it better.
This is just her regular hair. But in it, Kimberly Guilfoyle, accidentally is very inartful with the way that she asks a favor of Alina Habba. It's just so cringe. And so you guys just listen to how she words this. And then there's so many other things to discuss about this very, very short clip, but it's hilarious. Watch.
Favor here. If you can please get my fiance and his brother off, I'd really appreciate it. Really don't want to have to. I'm gonna have to support Junior for the rest of his life. Oh my God. What is going on with the sparkles? That was so crazy.
What's the sparkles? Oh, you know what? It's that iPhone thing. I think.
Wait, get my brother-in-law off? Is that what she just said? Can you get my brother-in-law off?
Can you get my fiance and his brother off so that I don't have to support Don Jr. for the rest of his life? I mean, everything about that statement just made me giggle so hard.
Like there was so much
going on.
A lot of innuendo wrapped up in that too. A lot.
That is just an interesting turn of a phrase.
Right. There was a lot wrapped up in there. She should not ever wear fake hair too. I mean, I really like her hair.
Lena looks good with that.
She's a beautiful girl. Yeah, she's beautiful. I shouldn't say girl. She's just a lot younger than me, but she should you know what I mean? I could say that, I guess, because I'm old. But honestly, her hair looks really cute the way that it. Why do all these chicks wear this hair and then pet it? And like, why do they do that? Why do they?
To be fair, I have not seen Alina pet. Does she pet the hair when she was wearing?
No, she's probably not as much of a petter as Kimberly. I should get the giant hair. What do you guys think? Should I just get like a giant piece of hair, like one of those halo things, and then just wear and then pet it during the show? I should do that. I'm gonna do that.
I feel like if you do that, then you're just like one step away from like putting shit in your face.
I should just and then get the giant lips, get the really big. Get the big Lauren Sanchez lips.
Oh my gosh. Wow. And Lauren Sanchez, man, she just had her 54th birthday and she like was a vision in red along with all of her bestie girlfriends, all in red. And she was all kinds of
the boobs and the lips and I know. Well, when you can buy it, you can buy it all. You can get everything bought and paid for by Bezos.
Yeah, she
did everything.
Wow.
Right. Mm-hmm.
That was something. Also, I thought yesterday, I'm so mad because I thought yesterday, when I sat down inexplicably to watch the Barbie movie, that I was doing it as a way of commiseration with Daisy. I thought that she had taken her daughter and a bunch of her daughter's friends to go see it and that she had sat through it. So I thought, I'm going to do that too so we can talk about it. Come to find out, she hasn't seen it.
No. Another swim mom she volunteered as tribute to do that. She was like, I'll go ahead and do that and take one for the team. So she took a bunch of all the daughters on the swim team to see that god awful.
Oh my God. It is
train of a movie.
Worst movie.
Right.
It is awful in every way, like from beginning to end. Actually, I take that back. There's one scene that is solely America Ferrera's scene where she has like this giant what it means to be a woman.
It's a big soliloquy scene. Yeah,
that's great. I mean, it was great. But other than that, well, I take that back. There's one other thing that I did like, and that was when there was like a narration because Margot Robbie, there's a moment where Margot Robbie feels ugly and she's just like, I just don't feel pretty anymore. And so there's a narrator that comes in saying, note to producers, choosing Margot Robbie to say this line is just not a good move at all. Like, and I thought, well, that's cute. That was cute.
Right.
And so other than those two things, though, the movie is awful, like just so awful, unspeakably awful. And I remember seeing people crying at it. And so I kept thinking, I kept waiting.
Conservatives crying at it.
And I kept waiting thinking, okay, there's going to be a moment that is going to really touch my soul and I'm going to get like at least a little misty. No, it was awful.
These are the same conservatives who like Taylor Swift. So just keep that in mind. Millennial conservatives. Right.
Oh my God, it was awful. And then this morning, I thought, there's no way that this is going to be like a nominated for best movie type of movie, is it? It's nominated for everything, like best picture, best all things.
This is our culture.
Insane.
This is our culture is just rotting from the inside out. This is
oh my God.
who we are as a society now. So they took Barbie and they wreck everything, and they wrecked Barbie. The Barbie that we knew as Gen Xers and Boomers. This is what they've taken Barbie and they've warped her too. Congratulations, Hollywood. Yeah.
It's awful. I cannot believe I wasted time. And I kept sitting through it thinking, well, I mean,
maybe it'll get better.
Maisie watched this whole thing.
I didn't watch it. I refused to do it. Yeah. I mean, the swim mom that took all the girls, she was like, it was terrible. It was absolutely terrible.
It was really, really bad.
And even my daughter, my 13-year-old daughter was like, that sucked, mom. I was like, okay. Well, you saw it. Yeah.
It's a shame. All right. All right. So let's get to some things other than sort of this lighthearted stuff, because we do have some big news to get into. And NBC decided to get together some young folks, young voters, the decideds, they call them, and so are the decision makers. And these are ostensibly liberal, leftist, Democrat voters. And they're very, very disillusioned with Biden, as you might imagine, for all kinds of different reasons. So as you watch this clip, I just want you to notice the absolute softness of the men that they are talking to. There's, I think, 3 different men that you're going to hear from, and they're so
squishy.
Soft.
Squishy.
Yes. And then finally they talk to a girl at the end who's all masked up, and she's more masculine than the first 3 dudes combined. Like, this is where we are. It's just it's a whole new kind of generation. Check this out.
Just give me the emotion that you have looking at your choice this election.
Not enthused. I'd say overall I feel very pragmatic and strategic about it.
All of these issues that are popular with Democrats, he has not only not addressed, but often gone the entire opposite way on. I mean, I can look at like almost every issue in my head that's important to me, and I see a failure on Biden's part.
You can say that Joe Biden's, he's not as progressive as you'd like, or he's not this, he's too old. I mean, the guy is at least reasonable and has some sort of logic to what he does and understands the basics of, I guess, how to be a president in some ways.
Even if I'm not enthused to like effectively elect my grandpa a second time, boy, do I want to keep the other guy out. If the election were tomorrow, what would you do?
Oh my God.
I don't think I'd vote for him. I still couldn't, obviously I could not bring myself to vote for Trump, but it would be the first time, I think, if I had to choose tomorrow, it would be the first time I think I'd vote for someone else, like third party.
I bet you she could kick all their asses.
Right?
She could just totally do that, like all of them at once.
Oh my God.
Yeah, we are totally
what
doomed.
Is that?
Yeah, this is the next generation. It's scary, isn't it?
They're just all so soft.
I know. I want to ask, like, if one of those dudes, like, can any of you make me a table?
Can any of you change a tire or lift a tire? I just, wow.
Yeah, zero.
So
none of
sad.
them. None of them can do that.
Layla's Life. Thank you so much. Layla's Life says, good morning. Melissa here. I hijacked my daughter's YouTube account so I could send this super sticker. I typically watch on Facebook, and I've been watching you, listening to you for 10 years.
Oh my
Have
gosh.
a wonderful Christmas. Balls. Thank you, Layla's Life.
Thank you. So sweet.
That's amazing. 10 years. Holy cow. You have been a long time.
No, I love that so much.
That is amazing.
You were with us when we were firm.
Speak
So
for yourself. I have never been firm. You guys, I just ordered Omaha steaks, and I did this, and let me tell you what I got, because I'm so excited. Normally I just get like meats, right? Like I get the steaks, I get the burgers, I get like the traditional stuff, because I'm a traditional conservative, like creature of habit kind of person. Just it was not yesterday, but the day before. So on Sunday, I ordered like all seafood and sides. And I am so stoked. Can I just show you some of the stuff that I finally just went and I thought, I'm going to try some new stuff. And I just want to show you in terms of the sides. I ordered some of these steakhouse hash browns.
Yum.
I ordered the cheesy potatoes. I ordered snapper and salmon, and then I did get some steaks as well. And so we're gonna like live it up, because it's just my immediate family doing Christmas here at home.
Yeah.
So we're just gonna have like amazing meals essentially on Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And so that was my plan. I got like these amazing sides. I got these amazing desserts. I'm so excited, especially because right now everything is 50% off. So I'm ordering all this stuff and I'm thinking, okay, well, I'm going to put everything in the cart. And then when I see the total and it makes me like cringe, I'm going to take a bunch of stuff out, right? Like I'll start to whittle down. I put everything in the cart that I wanted. I added dessert. Then I took the $30 off that happens when you enter code CHICKS at checkout. So you're getting 50% off. You add the code CHICKS at checkout to get another $30 off. And I didn't have to take anything out. I was like, this is so reasonable that it is feeding our family 4 times essentially with what I got.
Right.
4 different.
It's so much better than going out. Way better than going out.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
You're going to tell me how the snapper is. You'll have to tell me.
Yeah, I'm super excited. Love snapper. I got salmon too. I got salmon and snapper and then the fillets. I'm super excited about this particular shipment, and you guys stock up. And I can't believe it because it's coming tomorrow. Like they ship so quickly. So you guys check it out. omahasteaks.com. Don't forget to enter code CHICK so you get the extra $30 off, because that is an amazing deal. Okay. So let's talk about, whoops, I don't mean to do that. I mean to continue to show you the same video. I wanted to show you this video from Trump, because a lot of people have this issue with Trump about the vaccines, right? So people want to know from Trump, and they're asking him at town halls, at rallies, etc. You know, you are responsible essentially for the vaccine. And so there's a lot of people upset about the vaccine. What would you say to those people? And I think there's a lot of people that just would like him to take some accountability for the adverse effects of the vaccine, for how not happy a lot of people are with the vaccine, right? But Trump won't do that. And so here is what he said in response to that question. The question is hard to hear, but you'll get the gist.
Yeah.
And
what will you do different as RNC member travel the country?
Yeah.
And we have lost people because you supported the chat.
Yeah.
What do you think you would do different?
Yeah, well, you know, everybody wanted a vaccine at that time. And I was able to do something that nobody else could have done, getting it done very, very rapidly. But I never was for mandates. I thought the mandates were terrible. And you know, there's a big portion of the country that thinks that was a great thing. You understand that. Not a lot of the people in this room, but there is a big portion.
Okay, so people delineate, because people will say, all right, so he pushed for the vaccine. He fast-tracked it through, which, you know, you can do that, I guess, from a pharmaceutical standpoint. And that's fine. But like the mandate thing, they're going to say, okay, well, here's a delineation, is that he didn't push for mandates. And so that makes him the good guy, which, you know, is also true, I guess, because he didn't push for the mandates. However, you know, people still want answers on the other side of all of this. People still want to have answers as to like, okay, well, there's adverse events and serious adverse events that we're seeing because of this vaccine. And we want answers and like, we want accountability. And what's the deal with that? We want to hear from him. And I think at this point, like him and his staff, even, they're probably like, we just want to kind of brush it under the rug. We want to move forward. We don't want to talk about that. But that's where I think it would have been helpful had we had him in debates and we had an open discussion about this. And I would have liked to have seen more discourse on this, more discussion during debates about vaccines, because I have an interest in that. And I know I'm not the only one. And I would have loved to have seen a tit for tat between him, between DeSantis, between Nikki, between a lot of these people that are running to talk about that in particular, vaccines and how it was handled and who was held accountable and who wasn't, and why Fauci wasn't freaking fired. You know,
bingo. That's what I want to know.
Yeah, that's why. I mean, because that guy he sort of took over during that time. I say sort of. He did. He took over during that time. Why wasn't he fired? I want to see accountability, and I'm not seeing that. And I am not the only one. And I'm not putting blame entirely on Trump. I mean, my blame really lays with Fauci. It's just that I don't understand why Trump didn't put more. Why didn't he fire him?
Well, he has actually been asked that question and responded by saying that people would have gotten mad. So he would have gotten a lot of pushback from the left about it. So that's the problem, right? Is he's admitting in this clip that he's like, well, a lot of people liked what I did. I mean, I get that you guys don't, but a whole bunch of people out there did. And he also has answered the question previously about not firing Fauci, saying that it would have caused this big backlash. And so that's the problem, right? Like it would be so great, because I don't blame him a bit for fast tracking the vaccine or for being the father of it, like
totally.
as sometimes he refers himself as. But like, why can't he just say, you know what, I'm proud of fast tracking a vaccine that I know everybody really, really wanted and was desperate for. We now know things that we didn't at the time, and we've learned from those mistakes. And no way, if we ever face another pandemic, will I be locking things down again? Will I be taking the advice of those same people again? I mean, why can't you just say
well,
that?
I mean,
like,
the bottom line is, Mike, he's not the pharmaceutical company. I mean, Trump is not Pfizer. So I don't blame Trump at all.
Not at all.
For what Pfizer did. I don't blame him at all. It's all these other people. And I don't blame him for what Fauci did either. But he did have a responsibility to sort of say, okay, well, is Fauci doing, is he taking over? Probably a little bit. Well, I have the ability to reel him in, or I have the ability to fire him, which he could have done. I really wish maybe he would have done that. And that would have been, so that's where I think a debate or some more discourse on this would have been helpful just during this process, during the campaign process. And that's why I feel like I've been jilted in that as just a citizen during this democratic process that I don't feel has been, it's just not been what it usually is, or at least it's been in the past. And I feel like I've been denied.
Well, I mean, we all have. And the position from Trump and his supporters continues to be, the polls say this, so everybody should just get out before a single vote has been cast, which is insane. So at no time have we ever decided elections with polls. In fact, most of the time they're wrong. So the fact that he and others are like, we just shouldn't have anybody else running, that's nonsense.
Well, they were when he was running against Hillary. They were absolutely wrong. I mean, everybody thought that Hillary was going to win. So if we did it based on that, then he would have never been president.
Exactly. That's why until there's a vote, until we actually have a primary or a caucus or whatever, there are other candidates, and they should not drop out until voters have actually had their say, not pollsters, voters. And so I just completely disagree with this notion that just because the polls say something, we should all just lay down and take it. You know what I mean? Like, I just think that's crazy.
Well, it's absurd, because based on history, that should not be the case. If you you either believed it then, if you believe it now, I mean, it's like polls are bullshit. They're bullshit.
Yeah. And maybe this time they're not, but we deserve a chance to vote and know. unequivocally.
Yeah, I don't rely on I don't rely on polls. I rely on people. That's just me.
Same. And speaking of the other candidates, they are still there. Nikki Haley just released a new ad, and here in it, she is talking about just saying Biden is old.
I'll just say it. Biden's too old, and Congress is the most exclusive nursing home in America. Washington keeps failing because politicians from yesterday can't lead us into tomorrow. We need term limits, mental competency tests, and a real plan to defeat China and restore our economy. We have to leave behind the chaos and drama of the past with a new generation and a new conservative president. I'm Nikki Haley, and I approve this message.
Okay, so this is a bad way to go into this, because I don't think this is a good tactic for her to say that he's old and to just say that out loud, because he's basically the same age as Trump. So if she goes in and like if Trump taps her to be VP, then how does she feel about Trump? Because she should be listen, Biden is old, but it's not his age that makes him incapable of being president. It's the fact that he's freaking senile.
Right.
Some people are old and they're senile. Some people are old and they're capable. We've seen that. Trump is not senile, period. I mean, I just truly don't believe that. Trump is fine. He's capable of doing all sorts of things. He's mentally fit. Mm-hmm. Biden is not. So it's just the way that she's approaching this is probably not the best way to do it, because if she does in fact become VP, she's going to look like a hypocrite.
Well, that's true. And there's still talk about whether or not she is going to be VP. Yeah. We've been playing all these different sound bites from different people. Trump himself yesterday, just saying, well, that's an interesting question. Didn't rule it out. Said it was unlikely, or I can't remember what his exact words were yesterday, but we played that clip where he didn't just outright say, no, she's not on my short list. He kind of said, I'm not thinking about it right now. But Tim Pool was talking to Tucker Carlson about this and asked Tucker what he thought of a potential Trump and Nikki Haley ticket. And, Tucker's a huge, huge Trump supporter. So to hear him say this was very surprising.
Would you vote for Trump if he chose Nikki as VP? And
would you guys vote for Trump? Well, that's the question that I asked you specifically.
Well, I would not only not vote for that ticket, I would advocate against it as strongly as I could.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, that's just poison. I mean, here's someone who's actively opposed to the interests of the country I grew up in, who endorsed the BLM riots, and who is not only is not left, but is neoliberal in the darkest, most, speaking of nihilistic way, and has no real popular support. Is a creature of the oligarchs. So yeah, that would be reason to oppose the ticket.
Even Trump, Haley is a no-go.
Nikki Haley,
he would get assassinated immediately if that were the case.
Yeah, and by the way, I just can't imagine a world where that could happen. That would be so crazy. I mean, anything could happen, of course, but picking Nikki Haley, who's utterly treacherous and utterly dismissive of like the interests of Americans.
Yeah, it's a no-go for me, but it's a yes for BlackRock.
Yeah, he needs to go with Kristi Noem.
I just am surprised about how strongly he is against her.
I'm not.
That's vicious.
I'm not at all, because she's so establishment and he's not. And he's just so anti-establishment. So I'm not surprised by that at all. I know it's vicious, but I mean, he just doesn't, he just doesn't care anymore. His balls are gigantic. He just does not give any F's at this point. He will say all the things. He says all the things now. I love that about him. But I mean, he's so anti-establishment, and she is firmly planted there. Mm-hmm. And so, I mean, she has her attributes, she has her strengths, but she is right there in the establishment. When you've got Democrats who like you, they want you in that position, it's probably not a good place to be. You know what I mean? So I hope Trump is watching this stuff, or at least his people are watching it and reporting back and saying, this is what the Tuckers are saying. Because I mean, Lord knows he doesn't watch this show, so
right.
He doesn't want anything to do with us.
Tucker is quite high on Vivek, and so he also talked about Vivek.
I mean, I kind of like Vivek. I think he's one of those people who everyone beats up on Vivek for he's a phony and all this stuff. I don't know. I've covered a lot of campaigns going back to 1992, and I've noticed this thing in many candidates, and I notice it in him. the process of running for president and speaking 3 times a day and having people throw hostile questions in your face causes you to change. They all change during these campaigns, like for real, inside. And I feel like Vivek's positions have gotten much more sincere since the beginning of this. Like I watch him with Nikki Haley and I'm like, this is a guy who's very offended by her views, like for real. He's not attacking her because she's a woman. He's attacking her because he actually thinks her views are terrible for the country he lives in. And I love that.
Mm-hmm. It's interesting. And he's seen too, kind of like we were talking about the other day, how he has totally changed. His demeanor has changed. He has gotten so tough. And when I say tough, he's just gotten
hardened. He's hardened.
Yes, exactly. He's gotten so hardened by the whole process, because the process will just chew you up and spit you out. And we watched it over the past. It's just taken one year for him to become that.
We talked to him in March. Yeah. And he was docile and precious
and sweet as can be. And he spent like 20 minutes with us and he was just so, hey guys, how you doing? Yay, look at me. And he's all like, he's kind of soft. No longer.
Nope. No longer indeed. Now, the reason that I'm showing this Trump tweet, because he's ripping on all of the other candidates and he's saying that everybody needs to drop out. The biggest surprise to me about this tweet was not that he's being mean to everybody, but the fact that Hutchinson is still in this race.
Oh my gosh, you guys.
What? Hutchinson hasn't dropped out? What in the world?
What? Okay, wait, where is this? Okay, DeSanctimonious bounce. I am beating Ron in Florida 83% to 12%. I went up 7 points. They both went down. Christie is dog meat. Hutchinson is holding solid at 1%. Everyone should drop out, unify, and go after the worst and most corrupt president in the history of the United States, crooked Joe Biden.
Asa Hutchinson.
He has
still in the list.
Does he really have 1%? Who is the 1%? Who is the 1%? I'd like to know. Honestly, I don't even who. Okay,
it's amazing.
That's a lot. I mean, I'm actually impressed that there's 1% out there that's still like, hey, he's got a chance.
So you're saying there's a chance?
Oh my God.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Are you?
Amazing. But anyway, so that is what's going on with your election updates. But speaking of Tucker, I have not paid much attention. I don't know about you. I have not paid much attention to all of the sort of background chatter that there has been about UFOs. And there's been a lot. So there's been all this, and it's just been background noise for me. Like, I know people are talking about it. I know there's like people testifying about it, blah, blah, blah. We know there's aliens. And that to me has been the end of the story. But there was an admiral, a retired admiral who talks about the fact that it's time for people to know that the military, the intelligence agencies have been in communication with non-human life forms. So he says that clearly. You're going to hear that very, very quickly. And then there's going to be a Tucker clip talking about why this scares him so much. And when Tucker is talking to Clayton Morris about it, it is really freaking me out. See what you think.
I think it's about time that we do disclose that we are in contact with non-human intelligence. That's what needs to be put out there in the public.
Me is the UFO story. And the more you dig into that and talk to people with actual knowledge of, there are parts of that story that I do not understand at all that are really, really, really dark. It's so dark that I, haven't told my wife about it. I mean, I haven't verified any of this, but this is not just stuff that I read on the internet. I know you all are very, very grounded in that story, so I think I know what I'm talking about. Yeah. But there's some stuff there that's just like, man, I'm not even sure what that means. There's a spiritual component there that I don't fully understand. So yes, that story bothers me. Part of it is the public can't deal with it. It's too far out. The implications are too profound. And I understand that. Because I've heard things where I'm just like, oh man, I don't even really want to know that, honestly.
Deeply disturbing stuff. Forget like saucers and technology. It's deeply disturbing stuff that I haven't even told Natalie. Yep. I agree with you. It's so disturbing. Exactly. I can't even tell my kids. My kids ask me different stories about it.
Why can't they tell their wives? I want to know. totally want to know.
I am completely freaked out by that.
I want to know. See, I can handle it. What is it about them not being able to tell their wives? What is that? What I kind of now I want to know. Now I need to know what is going on. What is it? What is it that you can't tell Natalie? What is it? Tell me if you can't tell Natalie. I need to know what this is now. Now I'm so irritated because I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I don't either. But it sounds, when he says that there's a spiritual component and that, like, I mean, he's upset, like he's freaked out about it, and that freaks me out.
It just tells me something about their wives. That's all I got from that clip. That their wives can't. I can handle it. Clay and Tucker, tell me if you can't tell your wives. I don't
know if I want to know. I'm just much more blissful not knowing.
I want to know. Listen, this alien
around.
thing, like I just feel like they've been passing us by. So obviously, because we're just like, I don't know, the last fat kid being picked for dodgeball. Like they don't want to pick us because we're just such losers here because we're messing everything up here. We're just all crazy here on Earth, and I feel like they're just passing us by. Now I want to know what's going on. I really want to know what's going on.
Well, I mean, if I had to guess, which of course it's like I'm just grasping at straws because I know nothing except for what you just heard. But if I had to guess, if he's saying that he believes like people can't handle it and that there's a spiritual component and that all of it is so troubling, to me, that means that the truth is going to be something like aliens created us and we're all like this big social experiment and that there's no religion and none of that. And that's why people wouldn't be able to handle it. That's the only thing I can think of that would make sense.
Nope.
What are your guesses? I mean, what else could it be?
No. No.
It's because people can't handle it. Like you can't even handle the thought of that. So imagine if that was the truth and then the world would like completely explode. People would be like, what?
Well, I don't know if the world would explode over that. If that's what if they're saying that. I don't know if the world would explode over that.
There's every organized religion would be like,
there's already such a lack of religion on this planet anyway. Yeah,
not on the planet. Not on the planet, because if you think about it, Islam is humongous.
Right. Okay, but in this country, there's already such a lack of religion in this country anyway. I think a lot of people would be like, "Oh, cool! Like aliens made us, awesome, man, so great." There's a lot.
It'd be like the chick on the top of the tower in what's the movie?
Come and get me at Independence Day. Come and get me.
Independence Day.
And she's the first one to die. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly. I mean, I'd be very curious to know what this is all about. I don't know. My faith would probably get stronger. So,
But why? I mean, the fact that they are saying the people can't handle it.
Mm-hmm.
What?
Yeah. Now I have to go and I have to research that even more. Anyway,
and report back for sure.
Okay.
Luke, thank you. Hot Luke again says, I'm dying laughing. Can any one of you make a table? We are bored.
Seriously. Zero of those boys could do that.
Right.
Zero.
Robin Zecca, thank you. Robin Zecca says flock of seagulls, and I don't remember the context for that.
A flock of seagulls.
I was at 8:12. I'm 15 minutes behind.
I ran so far away. I couldn't get away. Okay.
But thank you anyway for that. And Sue Makanachi, thank you very much for that super sticker.
Great name.
And Eric Shostek, thank you. Eric says, don't forget that Haley is in favor of the digital ID and wants it to be attached to our social media platforms. Can you say internet police? Yeah. And as a matter of fact, the DeSantis campaign has uncovered a clip of her from 2022. Remember how she tried to dodge the whole thing in the last debate about, no, I don't want people to be, people can be anonymous on the internet, just not Russia and China. I just don't want the bots. Remember how she tried to pretend that she never said that? Well, it's very clear. I mean, she said specifically, everybody needs to register. So she is trying to walk back comments that she absolutely made. So you're right about that, Eric. You are absolutely right. Okay, so we're 44 minutes in, which just means that I want to put out a reminder to those of you watching on Instagram that this feed will get shut down on Instagram at the 60-minute mark. We don't know why. It's not in our control. That's just an Instagram live thing. So if you'd like to continue watching, please jump over to a different platform, whether it's YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, any number of our places. We're out there, just not locals today because I'm an idiot and I forgot to set up locals. So sorry about that. And I'm especially sorry to all the local supporters who were counting on it. I suck. It's me. I am the problem, and I will be better tomorrow.
Oh my God. Hold on. I got a dog just walked in my office.
Oh my gosh.
Keep going.
How did he get in?
He opens the door by himself. Hold on.
Oh no. She's going to have to put like a blockade on the door. Yeah, that's not cool. Coda's just like, I'm coming in regardless of whether you want me now or not. How are you going to stop him from doing that?
I don't know. I don't know how he did it. Well, we have to put him down, obviously.
No, you're going to have to block your door. That's what I was
just kidding. We'll put a bar stool. Tomorrow I'll put a bar stool in front of the door. I'm sorry, you guys. Anyways, continue.
Okay, well, the next thing that we need to talk about is the fact that Japan, the country, has just bought U.S. Steel, the company, for $14 billion. Here's the headline about that. It is unbelievable to me that this has happened. Robbie Starbuck tweeted about it saying U.S. Steel is now a Japanese company. No, I'm not joking. It was sold today for $14 billion to the highest foreign bidder. The auctioning off of critical companies like this is a national security threat, a threat to U.S. workers, and a betrayal to our country. This is absolutely shameful, and I agree completely.
I'm just like, I have so many things to say about this, but then I'm also speechless. You know what I mean? Like, it's just how do we allow this to happen? Like,
I know.
Wow.
It's horrific.
Right.
And somehow in the course of his recovery from a stroke, John Fetterman continues to make more and more sense. It's like the stroke knocked some sense into him. So he spoke out about this when he heard the news. And here is what he said.
I'm standing on the roof of my home right here in Braddock, Pennsylvania, right across the street from the Edgar Thompson plant. And I just have to say it's absolutely outrageous that they have sold themselves to a foreign nation and a company. Can't do that. Steel is always about security as well, too. And I am committed to doing anything I can do from using my platform or my position in order to block this. And I'm going to fight for the steel workers and their union way of life here as well, too. And we cannot ever allow them to be screwed over or left behind.
I didn't see any of this coming. The way he's acting and who he's becoming is as surprising to me as the murder hornets. Remember those? I
just would not have thought to compare those two things, but I hear you.
He's like a murder hornet, you guys. It's like I didn't see any of this coming.
And I mean, it wasn't. It really is.
None of it. Like he's speaking more clearly. He's acting like a conservative, like he's America first. I can't handle any of this. Like, it's just, everything is so weird. I can't. I don't want to like him. And then I start liking him and I'm like, I don't want to like you. So
I know.
I feel weird. It's strange.
It makes me uncomfortable too, that he's been so spot on about Israel and all of it. It's just, what is even happening?
I don't know.
What is going on?
And his speech, have you noticed? Like it's bizarre.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. It's definitely
becoming conservative, you guys. I think the stroke, seriously, he's coming out of the stroke and becoming conservative. It's weird.
Let's just hope it continues, because I'm all on board with Fetterman 2.0. I like it.
He's getting red. I think he's becoming red pilled.
Wouldn't that be amazing?
Yeah.
If there's a complete transformation.
Yeah, it's weird.
You guys, if you're treating yourself for the holidays, don't forget to treat your
dog. No, the dogs. Oh, the dogs get the love.
Naturopathic Dr. Dennis Black is the creator of Rough Greens. This is green powder that you sprinkle over your dog's otherwise dead, dry dog food, and it brings it to life by providing a 100% natural blend of vitamins, minerals, digestive enzymes, antioxidants, powerful probiotics, omega oils 3, 6, and 9. And that is that's all the good stuff that your dog needs that is not being provided to them by their kibble. Okay. So this is what brings that food to life. And the best part is that they love it. They absolutely love it.
Emily said this is why Coda can open doors. It's because of rough greens. It's why. It's totally why, Emily. It is. It's insane. The dog is
totally
super
is.
dog because of rough greens.
They become super dog on rough
True.
greens. And you can get a free Jumpstart trial bag to test it out on your dog. And I guarantee you, your dog's going to love it. You can get it for free. You just pay shipping when you go to roughchicks.com. That's RUFF chicks.com. That's how you can get your free Jumpstart trial bag. It's a perfect stocking stuffer for your dog because you know what else they have? Chews.
Yeah.
Treats.
Yeah. Really, really good for your dogs. It doesn't upset their tummies.
So roughchicks.com, RUFFchicks.com to get yourself that free Jumpstart trial bag. Thank you, Alexandra. Alexandra says Fetterman has been eating steaks full of common sense. That's right.
True. So true.
All right. An interesting thing happened to Ashley St. Clair. If you're not familiar with Ashley St. Clair, she is, I think she still writes for, or works for the Babylon Bee. She's got a huge social media following. She's hilarious. And she was on a Delta flight from Phoenix, I believe, to New York City. And she saw in the gate that there were a gajillion migrants waiting to hop on the same plane as she was hopping on, and she was pissed. Here she
Next airport right now, I am waiting to board my flight to New York, to JFK, and it looks like we have a whole lot of migrants who are also boarding this flight that the U.S. taxpayers are paying for. This is what the U.S. taxpayers are paying for right here. Premium seats on Delta that they have people coming here. We're paying for this, shipping them out to New York City because guess what? Everywhere else is at capacity. So they have these sanctuary cities like New York that they're now shipping these migrants to that we're all paying for.
It's unbelievable.
She tweeted quite a few times after that. So this is a picture of the seat next to her. She said, migrant placed next to me in premium cabin still has the bag from the processing center. A majority of this flight is migrants bust in from the processing center. Can Delta please let all of their customers know what medical screenings are being done for these migrants illegally crossing our border from all over the world and being flown on their flights, which I think is a perfectly reasonable question.
Yeah,
for
it's
Delta.
reasonable, especially when people lost their jobs during COVID because they didn't get the jab. Right. And these people are just, it's like, oh, it's fine, willy-nilly. Just let them come in here with no medical screenings or whatever, because you know that they're not being screened, you guys. This is outrageous. Nobody cares. They just want them to be Democrat voters. And we're paying for this. We're paying for this. Meanwhile, there are American citizens that are going hungry. There are veterans that are going hungry and they have no place to live and they're homeless and they're not being taken care of. And oh, by the way, we're broke. We're broke, you guys. Nobody cares. But also, we have to pay for all those Ukrainian pensions. We have to pay for those too.
Yeah, don't forget.
Don't forget to do that. You guys get back to work. What are you doing watching this podcast? You have to get back to work. My God.
They need your tax money, you guys.
Totally.
She did have a good response. She said, I had a dozen other passengers come up and thank me for asking about our Delta flight full of migrants who illegally entered our country. I am sick and tired of being told wanting a secure border is racist.
Absolutely.
Migrants are being flown Delta premium cabin. They are given phones and housing while Americans struggle to afford groceries and rent.
We're suckers.
And the worst part is that as soon as she made that recording, there were people from Delta who were following her and monitoring her every move. So she said a Delta rep followed her out of the Sky Club and had someone watching her because she asked if the migrants were being flown on her flight from the processing center. So she got on a video call to have a witness to what was happening, and their rep even followed her down to another gate as she walked there to confirm that they were in fact following her.
I'd be videotaping their faces as they followed me.
I'm so glad she put this out there. This is not okay.
A bunch of commies. Oh my God. Yeah, Delta sucks. All of them suck. These people are anti-American whack jobs. This is the thing. And why? why do they want this so badly? Why do they want to destroy us from within? Why do they want this? Who are these people? Do they not know that they're suffering too because of this? I don't understand why they want this for our country.
Well, the elites won't suffer. They'll never suffer.
But these Delta employees, did they not realize that they're not the elites? I mean, they're not.
But
this
then
is their
they're gonna
country
make you
too.
wonder, like, what's the payout for Delta? Like, what kind of kickback is Delta getting for participating in this? Do you know what I mean?
But in the long run, those peons at Delta are not going to be the ones that are going to get any sort of I don't know. They're not elite. They're actually not going to benefit from any of this.
Right.
They're going to be just like the rest of us. So they may think that they're benefiting, or they may have gotten like one payout or something like that. But in the long run, they're expendable. Somebody said they're absolutely expendable. They're just like the rest of us. And this is their America that they're sacrificing for these stupid elitists that are basically, they're going to be under their boot. It's the boot of the elitists on their neck.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's going to happen. And they're destroying our country. This is what they're doing. We're watching it happen all around us. Congratulations.
And I'm sorry, but I don't know why they get to fly. Like, they should be on a bus. If they want to take them to a sanctuary city, I don't know why we're paying for airfare.
They should be on a shitty bus.
Yes. They should be on a like old-fashioned school bus with no seatbelts and no air conditioning.
I mean,
that's
because
how they need to get there.
When was the last time you had to fly? Did you have to pay for it yourself? Yes. And did you fly coach? Probably. I mean, and these people are flying in like a nice, we're paying for that. We have to pay. Think of the money that you had. Think of the time that you had to work to pay for that ticket. For all of the tickets for all of those people. Think of how many hours you had to work to pay for that and what that takes away from your family.
Yep.
It's outrageous, you guys. This is completely outrageous. I mean, this should be enough for everybody to vote conservative, but people out there are so stupid that they won't at the expense of their country.
And they won't because they're stupid, which as Lori Mazamuro points out. Thank you, Lori. Lori says, hey, did you hear about the poll that showed 20-somethings think the Holocaust is a myth? And it's a big bunch of them that do think that. It's unbelievable. And they believe that this whole white oppressor narrative that's force-fed them throughout their, schooling is also super important. Like, that's an important ideology to have in education. The youth has been completely destroyed by wokeness. It's so sad. So sad.
Yeah, because it's like it's not appropriate to teach the Holocaust in school anymore.
I mean,
which I don't understand why.
Oh God.
It's part of our history.
Yeah. It's bananas.
You can't Google it like in certain classrooms, as evidenced by that happened to my daughter. She couldn't Google the Holocaust in school here. And I'm like, okay, well, do it at home then. We'll watch documentaries on it here at home.
Right.
But you're going to learn about it because it's part of history. So, there you go.
We've got several clips that have nothing to do with each other or any of the stories that we've talked about so far, but they're important in their own right. So this first one was interesting because it's Senator Tommy Tuberville talking to Larry Kudlow about Ukraine and the state of the war, because it's not going well for Ukraine. But the narrative that you hear from many Republicans and then basically all Democrats is that we've got to have this fight. We've got to have it,
like
because
Lindsey Graham.
Then Russia's going to spread all over Europe and it's going to be like a huge, huge mess. And Tuberville has some things to say about that.
One other thing. On the other side, other parts of this bill is foreign aid, national security funding bill. Look, I love him to death, but Lindsey Graham keeps making this argument, and the Democrats make this argument. This is Joe Biden's argument, it's Chuck Schumer's argument. I hear Lindsey making the argument, and I love Lindsey, but I don't disagree with him, that if we don't give him $60 billion, Ukraine, Russia is going to invade Poland and this and that, and NATO, and we're going to have a world war. First of all, I don't think $60 billion is going to matter because it looks like a stalemate. You may disagree, but that's just my reporting. It looks like I don't know what this extra money is going to do exactly. And second of all, the threat that Russia will come down and invade all the NATO countries, I mean, that threat need never materialize if we had a strong, tough president in the first place.
Exactly. This never would have happened with President Trump. I was with Zelensky in Kyiv 3 months before this happened. We could have stopped it at that time had we given him arms at the border, say, listen, look what we have. Don't come in. Joe Biden said, it's going to be a small incursion. I just talked with President Putin. Well, it's been a small incursion, or 500,000 people have been killed. But the problem is with me, I heard the same thing from a lot of people. They're going to keep going through Europe. He can't take eastern Ukraine. Russia can't. Now, what gives everybody the thought that he's going to continue on through Poland, the Baltics, all the way through Europe?
It's a phony argument.
Yeah, you can't sell that to me.
$60 billion.
I love that. I do. I love his perspective on it. He's got a great point. And I thought when I saw this last night, I was like, yep, I did. Because, I don't know, maybe I have an affinity towards SEC coaches. Maybe that's what it is. But I do like, and honestly, how long have they been going at this? And we've just been throwing money and throwing money and throwing. And how long has Lindsey Graham been screaming, if we just give them a little bit more, they're going to win. They're on the verge of winning. Really? Because you've been screaming this for the past year and they haven't won yet. So what the hell, Lindsey?
It is a perspective that you never, ever hear. Like this is the constant narrative that we're all fed, right? Oh, well, if we don't stop him now, it's going to be like super, super bad. Why isn't Europe as upset about this as we seem to be?
And why aren't they throwing on the money that we are?
Exactly. Also, Liz Cheney continues to be invited to various talk shows to talk about her new book and to be asked over and over again whether or not she plans to run. So we're going to scrap the part of this video that talks about her book because nobody cares.
No.
But in this clip, she is asked by Bret Baier once again if she's going to run. And she talks about, she's always really quick to say, this isn't about me. This is about the country and the Constitution. That's what she always says. But in this clip, she decides to invoke the late, great Charles Krauthammer, which I take issue with.
What about running?
I knew you
Obviously, you're not running, but could you get in this race?
I haven't made a decision yet. But it's not about me, Brett. And I say this again, I come here to Fox and I sit in the Charles Krauthammer green room. And I know how revered Charles was by you, by me. And Charles taught us a whole bunch of things, but one of them is that some things have to matter. And rising above politics, rising above partisanship, recognizing our duty to the Constitution is the most conservative of all conservative principles. And so, again, this isn't about policy. We started off on Biden administration foreign policy, with which I have big disagreements. His economic policy, big disagreements. It's not about that. It's about whether we're going to support people that are going to uphold the Constitution.
Yeah, they're calling her they're calling her the blonde Nikki.
Oh, really?
That's what they're calling her. Yeah.
Interesting.
That's which I think is kind of interesting. Yeah. Also, she agrees with Trump. She said in an interview, I don't think we have the clip, but she agrees with Trump 93% of the time. This is
wow.
93% of the time she agrees with Trump, but she'll happily ruin him. And seriously, she wants to ruin him and then run against him. And she wants to destroy him and his family and everything else. And this is our Republican Party. This is who we are as a party. It's I agree with you 93% of the time, which is crazy because remember Reagan used to say the 80-20 rule with people. She's 93. Okay. But this is our part. She's the poster girl for Republicans, which is why I hate our party most of the time because it's we can't rally. So when she says, I agree with them that much, but I hate him so much that I'm going to seriously destroy our entire party over it. And I'm going to make his life a living hell and try to destroy him. She is the poster girl for our party. And that's why we have problems. She is why we have problems. Look at her. Look at her face.
just so happened to get stuck at this moment.
Seriously. This is why we can't win elections. It's because of people like her. Look at her. Take a long, hard look. And that's why. It's Liz Cheney. She's the problem.
It's her. Jen Psaki, as you know, has a show which continues to baffle me completely, but she does in fact have a show. And so I guess she had a panel on it where they were talking about this whole Hunter Biden hullabaloo and the fact that Hunter Biden, we've heard him, we've played clips of Hunter Biden appearing on podcasts in the midst of all of his issues. And so Jen Psaki is tired of him talking. And I was surprised to hear her say this, but here is what she said about Hunter.
Look, I think if you're sitting in the White House right now, you're like, please, Hunter Biden, we know your dad loves you. Please stop talking in public. This is not helpful to any of them for him to be out there. But at the same time, the president loves his son. That takes precedent over anything else. That is appealing. I'm thinking of the woman in your focus group who talked about family. He loves his son. He loves his family. He's worried about his mental health. But yes, the White House would like him to probably go away right now.
I love my brother. I love my family. I knew it. Yeah, I mean, she just hates him, right? You know, she hates him. You know, there's so many on that side of the aisle just hate Hunter Biden.
And she said
like,
out loud,
yeah,
she's like,
totally.
they probably just want him to go the freak away.
Just go away, dude. You are such a freaking loser. I mean, your father's a loser, but you're an even bigger loser, which we didn't think would even happen. But yeah, you're a colossal loser. And they want him to shut up, and he won't. But you know, and then they have to spin the whole, but I mean, he's just so loved by his family, and he's a drug addict, you guys. You have to love him because he's a drug addict. No, you don't. You don't. He's a loser. A loser.
Also, Mayor Adams had himself a moment yesterday when he was asked to describe like the greatness of New York City. And the way that he chose to describe it was so painfully cringe and inartful that there are just no words to describe how awful of a description this is. I'm just going to play it and you guys will see what I'm talking about.
Mr. Mayor, we've come to the end of what was a very eventful 2023, right? So when you look at the totality of the year, if you had to describe it, and it's tough to do, in one word, what would that word be, and tell me why?
New York. This is a place where every day you wake up, you could experience everything from a plane crashing into our trade center to a person who's celebrating a new business that's open. This is a very, very complicated city, and that's why it's the greatest city on the globe.
What kind of an answer was that? What was that answer?
No.
Well, and New York is not one word, by the way.
Well, I mean, that's the least of his problems with that answer.
It is the least of his problems, but also that's also a problem. Like I just that whole answer. Oh my God, so cringe.
Oh my
so
God.
unbelievably cringe. Why?
I don't know.
Oh
I
my
don't know.
God,
It was just the worst thing he could have ever said ever.
Oh my God.
And he said it.
I'm so uncomfortable with all of that. Oh God. Okay. Oh, God. Oh.
Also, there was an incident at the Sandra Day O'Connor funeral yesterday, or not the funeral, but she's basically laying in repose. And so the public was now able to come and pay their respects. And an honor guard completely collapsed. And this was so awful.
Yeah.
What is going on with her?
People speculated on everything that it could have been, and you know, like the lock knees and stuff like that. People are like, "Oh, it was the jab," or you know, it was lock knees. But I got to tell you that
I went to look today for an update. Nothing.
There
is nothing.
All I know is that toxic male behind her sure did come in handy, didn't he? I mean, he was right there to catch her, wasn't he?
Right there. Yeah.
So toxic.
He was right there.
Mm-hmm.
Alexandra says, let's boycott Delta. Who's with me? Thank you, Alexandra. And Hot Luke again. Hot Luke says there's a pic of Speaker Mike Johnson and Paul Rhino Ryan leaving the Speaker's office from about a month ago. I don't care about that. I don't feel like that's a bad thing for people to have conversations with other people, even if they are not in alignment politically, or even if they are, and like one you consider a rhino and one you don't. Why can't they talk? Like, why is that a big deal? I don't get that. Because I see that a lot. Oh, you know, Ron DeSantis talked to Jeb Bush, so therefore Ron DeSantis is ineligible to be president. Like, what? I I just don't play along with those games. I feel like people can have conversations and that's a healthy thing. I just don't know that that's a problem. Rhonda Rossi, thank you. Rhonda says, I'm delayed. I worked for U.S. Steel legal department for years. I'm glad to see Fetterman stand up for the workers. Braddock, where he served locally, was a rundown steel town, and he owes them. Interesting perspective indeed.
It is a very, very interesting perspective. I'm glad that you said something. Yeah. It's very, very interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. Okay, I meant to get to some Israel stuff yesterday, and just we ran out of time, and we're even running out of time today because this is already going to be a long show. But we have to talk about the fact that this war is still raging, and unbelievably, you can see news stories every day about these ridiculous protesters who are continuing to get involved in stopping traffic in busy places. They're showing up at events that are just it's so disgusting that they're choosing these events to protest at. Like even here in Carmel, at the Carmel Christ Kindle Market, which is just this beautiful Christmas market up in our town that's well attended by families every year. That's where they came to scream their obscenities. They're so vile.
And they're not going to, and they're not going to change anybody's
they're making them even more hated.
People are people are going to look at you and go, you suck. I hate you. Like, exactly. They're not, I'm not sure what they're trying to do, but you're not helping. You're not helping.
You're just not. And so amazingly, it's they're even going to, this was the worst part. I saw this is in Toronto, where they decided to show up where kids get their pictures taken with Santa.
Oh my God.
That's how vile these people are. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't believe it, except that I saw it. Here it is.
Free Palestine! Free, free Palestine! Jesus was Palestinian! Jesus was Palestinian! Jesus was Palestinian! Jesus was Palestinian! Jesus was
that sweet little boy.
Jesus was Palestinian! Jesus was Palestinian! Jesus was Palestinian! Free, free, free Palestine! Free, free, free!
I mean, they're just disgusting.
There's just not enough. I swear, like, way to completely destroy a core memory of those kids.
Right?
Like, there are not enough fists to punch people. Seriously, I don't condone violence on the show, but I am right now, because there are sweet babies going to see Santa. What is wrong with you?
Just the worst people ever. The worst.
I'm just
so mad at all of them. So mad.
Yeah. Fire hoses is right. Fire hoses.
Screw fire hoses. Get the pepper spray and just start cannonballing it at all of them. This is unbelievable.
It just enrages me. These people are freaking animals.
I know. It makes me so mad too. Let's see. We need to thank Teresa Raimundo. Teresa says she locked her knees. It happens often when you're doing drill. I actually was stationed with a guy that this used to happen to quite frequently. I just want to know. I just want to know that she's all right.
Yeah. You know? I heard that a lot yesterday. A lot of people, like people that are in band, lock their knees a lot.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, band in the military and things like that. That happens a lot, and people lock their knees. Just don't lock your knees. Yeah.
Just don't lock your knees. Okay, so over the weekend, you probably heard that the IDF accidentally shot 3 of their own hostages, 3 Israeli hostages that were coming out, I guess, of the tunnels, and so they mistook them for terrorists, and unfortunately, they shot and killed 3 Israeli hostages. And of course, they immediately reported it, and I can't even imagine like the guilt and horror that they must be feeling. And so Danny Bueller did a video about this, and I thought he offered some well-needed perspective.
What a horrible weekend for Israelis. The darkest weekend since October 7. In case you missed the events of yesterday, due to misidentification, 3 Israeli hostages were shot by the IDF after 70 days in Hamas captivity. A similar event happened a couple of weeks ago near Jerusalem when a soldier shot a civilian, mistaking him for a terrorist. Now, I'm sure all the Jackson Hinkles around here would love this. All the Israel haters would use these mistakes as evidence of how bad the IDF is. But I want to suggest a different way to look at this. In both cases, some IDF soldiers made a mistake, a huge mistake. They acted poorly. But as I see it, these events don't show how bad the IDF is, they show how good it is. You know why? Because first of all, nobody tried to hide anything. 30 minutes after this horrible incident, the IDF spokesperson reached out to all news agencies, informed them of everything, and took full responsibility. Second of all these soldiers are under investigation and will face charges for acting against the IDF code of conduct. The last IDF soldier who shot a disarmed terrorist was sent to years in prison. We sent our own soldier to prison after shooting a terrorist who just stabbed one of his friends because that terrorist was tied up on the ground. And that's strictly forbidden in the IDF. Heck, a few days ago, we dismissed a few of our soldiers because they sang Jewish song inside a mosque. What I'm trying to say is this. I keep telling you this conflict between Israel and Hamas is a war between good and evil. I know this sounds oversimplified, but you can watch my previous videos for more details. Now, the IDF has the moral superiority, not because all IDF soldiers are good. I mean, we just witnessed some bad ones. The IDF is morally superior because of how it deals with those bad ones. When we make a mistake, we don't hide it. We acknowledge it, we take responsibility, and we take immediate action against those who acted against our code of conduct. That's how we get better. Can you say the same thing about Hamas? Have you ever seen a Hamas official admitting a mistake? Did you ever hear Hamas saying, sorry, we killed those civilians? Hell no, because for Hamas, killing civilians is not a mistake, it's a policy. It's very much intended. If someone from Hamas would sing Islamic song inside a synagogue, he would not be punished, he would be praised. He would be remembered as a hero who disrespected the Jewish infidels. To conclude, in these terrible times when we hear about another hostage killed in Hamas captivity, almost every day we are reminded that the IDF also makes mistakes, and they can be extremely costly. But we work as hard as possible to ensure these mistakes will never happen again, even if it means arresting our own people. We understand that by doing so, we might help our enemies, but we are not like them, and we will never be like them. Despite what the BBC keeps telling you, we do absolutely everything in our power to minimize civilian death, and we will always do so.
Yep.
Mm-hmm. He always has such a really good way of shedding light.
Yeah,
putting the focus where it is due.
Yes, he does.
And you continue to hear from all kinds of talking heads, reporters, especially the BBC, about how, well, these are innocent Palestinians that are being harmed by this war. And this UK Times contributor, Melanie Phillips, has a different perspective on it, which was perfect.
The majority of Palestinians actually want the death of Israelis, and they want Israel gone. What Israel is fighting actually is Iran at the moment through its proxy, Hamas. But this idea that the Middle East conflict, insofar as it is between Israel and the Palestinians, the idea that that is about the division of land is simply wrong. This is the illusion that the West has pursued for decades. It is not about the division of land. If it was about the division of land, a state of Palestine living next to a state of Israel, it would have been solved in the 1930s. It would have been solved every single time this state of Palestine has been offered to them. But they have turned it down because they make it absolutely clear, something that the British media very, very rarely, in fact never, talks about. Their aim, and I'm not talking about the Hamas, I'm talking about the Palestinian leadership, the Palestinian Authority led by Mahmoud Abbas. Their aim is the destruction of Israel. They say so. They say so in Arabic. They say so in their insignia and maps, which if you look at what the state of Palestine would look like, it is Israel. It is not these disputed territories. You can see it in their educational materials, in which they teach their children. This is the Palestinian Authority. They teach their children that their highest calling in life is to murder Jews and steal all their land, to take Jaffa, Tel Aviv, Haifa. These are Israeli cities. They want the lot. And they say so. They also say it's holy war, that Israel is intent on destroying the Al-Aqsa Mosque. This lie has ignited Islamic jihadi hysteria since the 1920s. It is a total lie.
So there's no hope?
There is no hope as long as the West continues to fund, legitimize, sanitize, and incentivize the genocidal attack on the Jewish people in the state of Israel. That's what's kept this terrible war going.
Preach, woman.
Right.
God.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like other people feed it.
They do.
Yeah. Other Jew haters feed it. Yeah.
And when we support Iran,
that's right.
We feed it.
You're damn right. You're damn right. We do.
Also, there's a fellow, I think this is from TikTok, who would like to give everybody that's having trouble with this whole Palestinian land occupation thing a little geography lesson, which I thought would be nice to share.
I love this.
And
go.
Okay, so this is in reference to me pointing out to this absolutely brain-rotted individual that actually Palestinians are not really native to the land of Palestine. Yes, they had naturalized there for quite some time, but they're not native to the region. They come from the Arabian Peninsula. So where do I think Palestine is in relation to the Arabian Peninsula? Well, let's see. This is the Arabian Peninsula. Arabian Peninsula. Arabian Peninsula. Arabian Peninsula. Arabian Peninsula. I think Palestine is right there, not in the Arabian Peninsula. If you weren't historically and geographically illiterate, you would know that they weren't in the region. Not until the end of the 12th century, which inarguably is long after the Jews had lived there several times and been kicked out several times. The Jews are the natives to the land of Israel. Anyone who isn't even remotely brain dead knows this. You should know it, because I pointed it out to you in the previous video. I showed historical records that show that Jews were in the land during Ottoman control and during British control. People like you just hear that and it goes in one ear and out the other because you're objectively a bad person. You are clearly not educated on this issue, so if you want to help the Palestinians, why are you perpetuating ignorance that is only going to make them look bad? And if you actually care about indigenous people reclaiming their land from colonizers, then shouldn't you care that you're wrong and this land was taken from the Jews by the Romans and then eventually colonized by the Arabs? You just need to stop talking, please.
I love that so much. This is my favorite. Yeah, just zip. Just zip it. Just zip it.
Also, you decided to like really want to bring the party down today by reminding people that North Korea is still a humongous threat.
Well, I mean, I feel like
you gotta do that?
Nobody's talking about this. I just feel like it's something we probably should show people because, you know, I mean, there's other stuff going on. I know, just maybe like 1,000 other things going on, but this is just something that maybe we should remind people that's also happening because you in danger, girl.
We're all in danger, girl.
We're all in danger,
Here,
girl.
Unfortunately, the story is brought to you by Gayle King.
Overnight from North Korea, which launched its first intercontinental ballistic missile in months into the Sea of Japan. South Korea's government believes that this missile was capable of reaching the United States.
In recent military parades, North Korea has shown off its new long-range missiles.
Look at her missile.
Likely to have been similar to the one it launched early this morning. The Hwasong, which has been tested before, is designed to be nuclear-tipped and has a range of more than 9,000 miles, according to a Japanese defense official, which means it could reach anywhere in the continental United States. 2023 has been a record year for North Korea. It's launched at least 36 missiles, including one this fall that carried a spy satellite into space.
Great.
All of them violate United Nations Security Council resolutions that ban missile development by dictator Kim Jong-un. But he claims the weapons are necessary to defend against the threat of attacks by the U.S.
No one gives a shit about him.
God, he eats so much
These two
cheese.
most recent launches look like a response to nuclear deterrence talks in Washington between the U.S. and South Korea, and also probably the arrival of a U.S. nuclear submarine in a South Korean port.
Nobody gives a crap about North Korea enough to attack them. He needs to calm down.
No, he just needs
to
stop.
Trump to just say, "Listen, Rocket Man."
I know, just needs to eat some more cheese and calm down. He eats so much cheese, you guys. Look at him.
He needs all of the cheese.
Every wheel of cheese. Yeah, so that's happening. I didn't mean to bring the house down. I just, it just needs to be aware. Everybody needs to be aware of that.
Yeah.
I feel like it's not being talked about very much.
I'd completely forgotten he existed until you reminded me of that this morning. So
as we all are, we don't really think about him very much. But the fact that that can reach America is
that's problematic.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
it's
troublesome.
just another person to have our eye on. Great.
All right. It is time for some double D's.
Okay, so there's a video of this guy. You have the video of the dude. I thought it was really sweet. It was this young boy, and he saw this older guy. He's probably, I don't know, not even 20, and he was helping him learn how to do like a skate trick off of like a ramp. If you're not a skater, I mean, I don't have any kids that did like skateboarding, but I thought this was really sweet. And it just reminds you that if there's a kid around you or a kid in your life that you know or don't know, and they want to, if you can teach them a skill, it may absolutely change their life. So just a pro tip.
Oh, I'm going to mute it just because of the music.
So this kid,
and they don't know each other.
Nope. They don't know each other at all. And this guy was out there, this older dude was out there skateboarding, and he taught this young kid. This is apparently like a big deal to go down this ramp by yourself.
Aw, look how excited he was.
I mean, but look how he learned how to do that. And his mom is like losing her mind. I mean, it's just super sweet. But I mean, he may become the next Tony Hawk.
You never know.
Because of that guy who just taught him that one skill. And I thought that was just the sweetest little video. I know it doesn't seem like a lot, but
no, it is. Every moment of kindness like that is just huge these days.
Exactly.
You know?
And he was like, you can do it. You can do it. You can do it on your own. And that one thing may have propelled him to learn that one skill that will take him to who knows what that kid's going to do. So, just remember that. I thought that was kind of nice.
Awesome.
Yeah.
You guys, just your daily reminder to visit mypillow.com/chicks and use code chicks, because right now they are having the bedding sale that you do not want to miss, because all of their bedding, no matter if it's a blanket, a pillow, a down comforter, a body pillow, a travel pillow, whatever you get for your bed, mattress pad, all of it hugely discounted right now at mypillow.com/chicks. So make sure to visit, use code chicks, get yourself all of the good deals. All right, let's get to some talk. So this dog is, I have so many good dog things today. So here is the first dog making the most ridiculous sounds and faces. I love him.
Love you, Mr. Bubs. You love me too? No.
Oh my God, that dog is.
Yeah, I got you. I got this on camera.
Love you, Mr.
That dog is not happy. Oh my God. So unhappy.
I love that. And then look at this little precious angel.
Oh my gosh.
Those ears.
Tiny. I was not expecting that.
I just love
tiny.
dachshunds. And I don't even like small dogs, but dachshunds I am crazy about.
I know they are
them.
really, really sweet.
Also in this household, when this golden retriever has a habit of stealing clothes. Okay. And so now there's a deal where if you steal the clothes, you wear the clothes.
Oh my gosh.
So here is the dog wearing everything he steals. He's like, what? Can I not have these socks? Oh. I'm taking the shirt.
I'm wearing
the shirt.
I'm taking that. I'm wearing it. He's so cute.
I know. He even had to wear jeans. I just love that.
So cute.
Also, I didn't know what to expect with this video, but I cracked up when I saw what this guy did. And then I started binge watching all of his videos. So he wants to know, he's answering the question, how to stop a gorilla fight.
I'm a full-time zookeeper, and this is how I would have dealt with this situation.
Punch the first gorilla in the back of the head, kick the second one in the face, pick
Oh my
the third
God,
one
I
up,
love Uncle
cartwheel slam it
Dijon.
into the ground. When the last one jumps at you, Superman punch it in the air, grab it by the back of the head, and suffocate it with your chest. If you at least graduated high school, you should have no problem doing this.
Oh my God. I love Uncle Dijon. I've posted about him with wolves.
Oh my
God. How you deal with wolves. The way that he deals with wolves, he like karate chops them into the air. And it's the greatest. I've posted videos of his on my personal
Oh my
Instagram.
God.
He's the greatest. He's so funny.
So I do have I have his bear survival techniques
He's
as
so
well.
deadpan. He's awesome.
Oh my God, so great. And we've shown this bear video before.
Yeah.
I've been working with bears for my entire life. Let me
So
show you what
lying.
to do here. As soon as the bear starts eating, pick up the thermos, smack the bear in the head with it. That'll stun it long enough for you to grab the plastic bag, wrap it over the bear's head. You're then going to want to spin the bear and throw it into a concrete wall. Kick it to finish it off. This one, wait, what? You know what? He's got a point though. This way you can go back to enjoying your picnic with your son.
Right. It's the greatest. I
how you
gotta
deal with
find the wolf one. The wolf one is like one of my absolute favorite. He's so great and he's so deadpan and so he's everything. He's everything men should be. Okay. You should be able to like totally do that to a bear, or else are you actually manning? Are you being a man? Really?
Also, here's a video on how to properly cook a hamster or a guinea pig.
I cooked my guinea pig for way too long. I put a completely raw guinea pig like this into my pan, and I was going to toast him up. I got him a beautiful golden brown like this, but then I realized that there's a raw spot on the top, and you can get diabetes from raw guinea pig. So what I did was I put him in a little bit longer, and I completely burnt him, and now you know about the day.
I don't want to be in here. I love that's the greatest.
Oh my
God.
So, you know how there's like amazing people that are super crafty and amazing bakers and they can make cakes look like literally anything?
Yes.
Oh my God. There's a few examples at the beginning of this, and then a woman responding to it who is this is my favorite.
Oh my God.
Right?
I mean, how?
I don't know.
How do you do this?
Now, one of you better be a fucking cake.
That's so great. I don't know how people do that. Like, I can't bake anything. I can barely bake muffins like from a box, okay, without them burning. I don't know how. That's such a gift. What a gift from God that is for you to be able to make a lait crusette into a cake. Who are you?
I don't.
It's amazing.
I know. It's absolutely incredible. I think I've shown this video before, but 'tis the season. And so if I've shown it before, it was probably this time of year last year. And I don't remember where this is. I want to say it's in like somewhere in New England, like somewhere in one of those northeastern states. I don't know if it's like, I don't even know, but there's a mall where they have like kids get into an elevator to go visit Santa, and they've made the elevator feel like a total Willy Wonka elevator.
Yes.
You've seen this?
Yes. I think you did this. You did do this last year and it was awesome.
It's just the most amazing thing. I wish everyone would do it. They make this so cool for kids, and you just have to see it. If you haven't seen it before, you're going to love it. If you've seen it before, you'll love it even still.
Go ahead in.
Oh my God. I want to do this. I want to do it.
I know.
I mean, kids or no kids. This is awesome.
Look at how excited they are in their little long johns.
Oh my God. I can't. I just cannot. I need to do it right now. I want to be in my long johns.
I am in my long johns.
Oh my God. I love this. Look how excited. Oh God. I love every bit of this.
Oh my goodness. Look where we are, you guys.
And look at how they make them look like you're going to the North Pole.
It's just the best thing ever. We're going outside? Look! Oh my gosh.
Oh my goodness. We're up in a plane.
Oh my gosh. I cannot. Oh my God. How can you not love this?
I don't know. I don't know. It's so precious. What a perfect idea. Like, it's just perfect.
The cutest thing ever. Look at that one kid in the back. He's like, I don't know, man. I'm not so sure about this. I'm scoping it out.
All right, who's ringing the doorbell? You gotta ring the doorbell.
That one in the front's like, I'm doing it. Heck yeah.
So there's like a door to ring, and then the door opens, and they're at Santa's house.
Seriously. I would be losing my mind. I'd be squealing.
Oh my God.
You guys want to sit next to him?
Heck yeah, I want to sit next to him.
It's just that somebody says this is Massachusetts. Natick,
how
Massachusetts.
magical is that? That's amazing. that one kid in the green is like, yeah, are you serious?
Freaking
So
love that.
incredibly awesome. And then on the flip side, I read something the other day about how like there's, a group of parents. I know there's this one mom in particular who was on social media and people were chiming in about this, about how she just doesn't allow her children to be wrapped up. Like they don't celebrate this at all because they say that it's lying to your kids.
Oh my God. Are you serious?
Yeah. There's like that's like a movement now where they say it's lying to your and I was like, I almost just went off on this broad on social media because I don't like
Find me an adult who's been traumatized by that. Find me one.
Yeah, exactly. Like, this is the
My
thing.
God.
I don't do that because it's lying to my children.
Oh my God.
Lady, get ready. Get ready for the therapy that your kids are going to need one day. It's having to be raised by you hag. I mean, seriously.
Ridiculous.
Like that is it's outrageous. That's the fun. That's the magic of having kids. And oh my gosh. I mean, I miss those days. Like the day that my daughter found out that the elf was just you know what I mean? Like I was devastated.
And she probably was like, whatever, it's fine.
She was a little actually she cried. She was a little devastated too because I think we both knew together that it was over. You know what I mean? It was over. I think she wanted to believe as long as she could believe, and it's like that. It's just and then it's done, and then that's when you're like, okay, now bring on the grandkids because you want to do that as long as possible because it's so fantastic. And that's what, listen, we know what the reason for the season is, but all this other magical stuff that goes with it, it's all about the kids, man. It's all about the kids. It's so fun.
Oh my gosh.
So fun.
Freaking love that elevator so much. All right, you
know.
guys, I have so many gifts that I need to recognize today. So if you don't want to stay for that, let's bring it in.
Okay, we're gonna bring it in. And also, you guys, I have not been to my PO box. I'm so bad. We had little guy Theo had to go back to the vet yesterday because he had a swollen hand. We're having some issues with his leg, so it's been kind of a crazy whirlwind of the past couple of days with the new dog. I'm going today. I promise.
And I have more to get. As soon as I got home, without fail, I get emails saying there's more to pick up. You guys are out of control.
I can't wait to see. I can't wait to see. Let me see.
Oh my gosh. Okay. So first of all, there's a no name. So we need to find out. Got these really cool ornaments that range from 2020 to 2023. And these came without a name. And so what's really cool about them is that for each year, it kind of says like all the stuff that went on. Right?
Oh my God.
It's so neat.
I hope I get those because I love, I love my ornaments.
I know. I mean, like, look at all the reminders.
God.
Texas snowstorm is on here.
Snowstorm. Oh my, Delta variant. I love it. That's fantastic.
So, like for each year, right? And I don't know who they came from. They just came and they come in these beautiful pouches.
Show yourself at once.
Somebody needs to own that because I don't know who did that, but that was I love them. I completely love them.
Once. Oh my God. I'm going to lose my mind. I love ornaments.
Anybody?
Whoever you are, thank you in advance.
I love them.
I'll be looking for mine today.
And thank you so much to Judith Endley for the card. That was super lovely. Michelle Vetter.
Oh my God, Michelle, you're like, we can't.
Well, first of all, she made, I got to embiggen. She made these Christmas trees for us. And she made all of the ornaments on them, which are chick related.
Totally.
She made 4 more, and this year they were for the locals the local supporters, the Facebook insiders, the tailgaters, the outsiders. So each one of those groups got an ornament, and then she also made like a memento ornament from our Camp Tono in Arizona.
Oh my God,
which is so awesome! I mean,
my God,
she's so freaking talented.
I know.
These are amazing. I'm trying to mark
and
these
so good to us because she handles so much of our administrative stuff too. She's just so good.
Oh my gosh, she totally rules the Facebook Insiders group, and I don't know what we would do without her. And then Joy Morin made.
Oh God, yeah.
She didn't make the pine
I have Joy's. I got Joy's in the mail. I have it.
Look at this.
Joy.
Look at this
Joy,
shiny, sparkly,
and there's sparkly glitter.
Oh my God,
it's so beautiful. Thank you, Joy. And the card was lovely. Thank you, Joy.
That comes from Joy Morin.
So sweet.
Let's see. So this is from, where is the, This is from Shanna McCain. This cute little Christmassy mailbox.
Oh my gosh.
Right.
So
And then
cute.
inside there are these cute little coasters that say, check out my balls.
Oh my God. I love those.
And then she also sent 2 cute little ornaments that came in here as well.
Love
these
those.
cute little ornaments.
I'm all about the ornaments, you guys. I am an
So-
ornament. I'm obsessed.
So that came from Shanna McCain, and then from Diane Den Hartog. I hope I'm saying that right. She's the one that gave us those Vax passport little booklets, and then the
Yes.
Biden notepads.
Mhm.
Well, she sent us 2024 planners.
Oh my God. I am all about planners.
It's
how I am.
shit. Was that today?
Was that shit? Love that. Which I
Love,
say all the time. It's very fitting. I say that to Mock like every single day. Oh shit, was that today? Yeah. Even though I have it written down in 4 different places because I have ADD. Legit.
Let's see. Okay, so then we have from Kelly McNutt. This is like a painted but actual seashell from South Carolina that
Look
has
at the
like
flag. It has the South Carolina thing on it. That's
like
gonna
it's
be
an
beautiful.
honest to goodness seashell.
That'll be beautiful
Which
in
I
your
just love
home.
that.
That's going to be
Love
so pretty.
that. And then let me see. From Kelly Weissman. I got this mug. It says, a wise woman once said, fuck it, I'm getting a raccoon. And she lived happily ever after.
I love it. That's fantastic. That is awesome. You're going to have so many shelves in your new office behind you that you can put all of this stuff on your shelves.
I know. I already have too much stuff to even fit on the shelves. Because it's actually supposed to be for books. And I do have a lot of books.
Yeah.
And so I don't know how I'm going to do this, but I have so many things I need to
I know.
And then from Kathy Mills Burns, she sent me 2 life-size 100 grand bars.
You're going to eat one of those today.
Goo Goo clusters.
I love Goo Goo clusters.
She also sent, this is really cool. So this is a wax warming, like a thing that you plug in.
Oh,
And then she
yeah.
sent these little wax thingamajiggies that you put in the top. Those
are so awesome. I love those.
This is so awesome. And so I think that's it. And then I'm going to go back again to get
we got to go
whatever
today.
other people have sent. You guys are out of control.
I know. We've just been sidetracked. We've been so sidetracked by the dog and his recovery. I think somebody sent a super sticker, Mary.
Oh, okay. Let me look.
I think somebody sent one. I think I saw
Eugene
one.
Heiger. Eugene, thank you. He says, Amy, have them check the stitches. They may be too tight.
It wasn't the stitches. It was actually the bandaging. They had bandaged him too tight. It was cutting off the blood supply. And so his little paw was puffy, and we took him back in. And so the vet loosened up the bandage, put another one on. And then I have to take him back again tomorrow to get another bandage put on. We're just he's just not healing as well as we wanted him to heal. So we have to get him rebandaged. The problem is that his vet, we take him to a country vet out here. We live in the middle of nowhere. And so we have to take him to this vet that's like 30 minutes away. So it's a haul every time we take him. And so it takes a while to do that. But yes, he will get there. We promise he's going to get there. I feel good about this. We're all very hopeful, but it's just going to take him a while to heal because his foot was also very mangled by whatever it is that happened to him, whether it was other dogs or barbed wire, we don't know. But that one that was down to the bone, I think is going to heal really nicely. We're hopeful that he's not going to get a bone infection, but his paw is just a mess, you guys. So it's just having a hard time healing. So just pray for him to heal. And otherwise, the dog, he is a perfect dog. I'm just so grateful that
Are we going to see him or no?
Probably not, because he's resting.
Not today?
He needs to rest. Yeah.
All
I'm
right.
sorry,
Maybe
you guys.
tomorrow.
But maybe like sometime later on in the week. We'll definitely get him in here. Okay. But you guys,
Yay.
I hope you have a wonderful Tuesday. I'm so glad we got Instagram to work.
I think it's still working. Like I know
Really?
it was supposed to end after 60 minutes,
And
but
it
I
didn't?
think because I still see people joining in right now. And so maybe they fixed it where it's more than an hour.
Okay.
Tomorrow, I swear to God, I will remember to do Instagram and locals. I will get everything back to the way it was. I'm very, very sorry about that.
Listen, we'll
For
get
those
there.
people
We'll
that can
get
watch
there. It
on
was a
local.
good first day. You guys have an awesome Tuesday, and we will talk to you tomorrow.
Bye.